Today we're going to create a line graphic from start to finish. There's usually two different programs I like to use for this. I actually use for many of my projects. I use Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. You'll see people's got different ways. You'll see people creating the full logo from Photoshop. The something I won't say it's right or wrong, but it's definitely I definitely prefer Illustrator as far as creating and finishing the actual logo. But it really depends on what your personal preference is. So today we're gonna create a little line graphic, and this is something that you could probably use for any sports logo, apparel, anything of that nature. So there's always certain parts to the line, and it's something that I want to bring out. You definitely got the lion's mane, you've got the mouth, the nose, and the eyes, and making sure he's sort of fierce but regal. Like I said, everybody's got their different ways of doing it, and I've seen some great looking lion logos, and just the way the main flows and everything else. There's virtually any way you can create a lion graphic. For this one, and this is just a quick tutorial, and something I want you to sort of learn how to do. And like I said, as far as I'm a seasoned designer, and just doing the sketching and things like that. If you feel like sketching isn't your forte, um, you know definitely everybody's got their own ways of doing it. I'm sort of old school. I've always been used to sketching out the initial ideas on paper and then finishing it up in Illustrator. So certain tools I'm actually using today, and I've been experimenting with and then actually transitioning into more digital art. I'm using the iPad Pro and the pencil. Another program I'm actually using to create this tutorial is using the Astropad app that actually turns your iPad Pro into a graphics tablet. So it's very handy when I'm on the road and I don't have my Wacom tablet and my main computer to do this. So it's very, very helpful. I would suggest you try it out, see how you like it. They actually have a 7-day free trial right now, so definitely check it out for anyone that's on the iPad app or thinking about transitioning to more digital art. So we'll get back to this line graphic. Right now, just sketching out the main parts of it. Really just coloring in the main right now, and really trying to figure out. For me, I like to figure out where the positive and the negative shapes are. I'm always looking as far as I've always been taught as far as I want to be able to block in the black and white shapes. If it looks great in black and white, then it's going to work well in color. Then that's something that's sort of old school. That's something my design teachers taught me, and that's something that I keep implementing into my design process. So if I can make this as powerful and dynamic looking in black and white, then I truly believe it's gonna look great in color. Vice versa, you can have certain logos that look awesome in color, but in black and white, it really doesn't pop. And so that's like I said, that's one of those where that's something I've been taught. And if we can incorporate that negative and positive space and playing around with that and creating a nice balance, I think you can create awesome logos that work well in color or black and white. So right now I'm just filling in certain shapes, blocking them in a little bit darker, just for me to give a clear idea as far as where my positive shapes are, where my negative shapes are, just coloring in the nose, and really just finishing up the concept before we save it as a JPEG and import it into Illustrator.